You want to say something to the mic? You want to say hello to everybody in TV land? The world's most famous arena, Madison Square Garden, is host to the 135th Westminster Kennel Club Dog Show in New York City. Over 2,000 dogs compete for the coveted title of Best in Show. The very best thing about Westminster, whether it's your first time or your 50th, is being able to see so many of the top dogs in the country, all at this one legendary show. How does it feel to be a winner?
Oh, it feels great, especially at this show. This is the culmination of, what everybody wants to get the breed at least at the garden.
What is the preparation time before he enters the ring?
Well, it's several months of getting the right hair into place for him to go to a dog show like this. So we've been working at this since November.
Many of these dogs do great deeds for mankind, working as therapy and service dogs, medical alert dogs for seizure patients, working with autistic and learning disabled children. They do all this while being wonderful and loving companions to their people. Could you tell us a little bit about the function of a medical alert dog?
In his particular case, he detects gluten in the food, and primarily for my daughter who has celiac disease. If she gets anything such as a potato that's been cut by a knife that may have buttered bread previously, she'll be ill for at least 3 weeks.
These beautiful specimens of their breed are undaunted by all of the attention. Actually, they love it.
His name is Nick. He's 11 years old. He's a veteran dog. He's was National Specialty winner 6 years. He loves it.
You never know who will win. Of course, we all have our favorites. We live in New Jersey, and German Shepherds are one of the most popular dogs in the state of New Jersey.
Really? That's great. That's awesome. They all have good taste.
Being man's best friend makes them all winners in my book. The recognition of our United States war dogs is long overdue. Here in Homedale, New Jersey, is one of the sites that have been erected to these silent heroes and soldiers, our American war dogs. Ron Aiello, who is president of the United States War Dogs Association, is with us today. And Ron, the motto is, we will never forget. Will you tell us about these unforgettable canine heroes?
These canines served side by side with their handler. They were easily shot and killed just as their handler would be. In one case was Nemo, who served in Vietnam in the Air Force, with his handler Thornburg. One evening, the Viet Cong tried to infiltrate a base, and both the handler and his canine Nemo fought them off. Nemo was shot in the right eye, and Thornburg was shot in the left shoulder. They both survived, and the Viet Cong retreated because they fought side by side.
What was done after the war to bring these special heroes home? Was there a legislation passed that you were very instrumental in passing?
In the year 2000, the Congress passed a resolution setting up a retirement program and an adoption program for these military canines. So now they are being adopted out and taken care of after their service.
That's wonderful news. And Ron, if people are interested in going to the War Dog site, your website is?
www.uswardogs.org. And they could also email me through that website.
That's wonderful, and that's going to be at the bottom of our screen. Please send your donations and packages. These dogs and soldiers need your support. Ron Aiello, I want to thank you so much. It's been an honor and a pleasure for doing so much for these wonderful canine soldiers. Hi everyone, I'm Lori Young. The Atlantic County Animal Shelter was developed as a regional response to the needs of local municipalities for an animal control shelter.
We take in excess of 5,000 homeless cats and dogs each year, and unfortunately, not all of those animals are being adopted. Our adoption program mandates that anything that we're sending home be spayed or neutered before it's released to the adopter. What we'd like to do is make sure that the people that are adopting from us have a good resource for any issues that they may have. So therefore, we've implemented free dog training classes. We also conduct free rabies vaccination clinics every month.
Kathy, what is the criteria for one of our viewers to adopt a pet at the Atlantic County Animal Shelter?
Well, first of all, we just want to make sure that these animals are going to be sent to loving and forever homes. Absolutely. And that we really, really strive that when people are coming in to look at an animal, that it's something that they've really thought about. It's a commitment of time and money, And we also want to make sure that their situation, as far as everyone could tell, is going to be permanent. So we need to make sure that where they're living, they're allowed to have animals, and also veterinary references are very important. We do ask for references.
And our celebrity pets of the week are our beautiful kitties right here that Kathy's going to introduce.
Yes. Well, first of all, we have Kitty. Kitty is a neutered male. He's about 2 or 3 years of age, and he's got a great disposition. Jolie is a 6-month-old calico. She'd be a great adoption candidate.
And this beautiful baby
This
right
is
here.
Kathmandu. He's been with us about 4 months now, so isn't he handsome again? He's
Gorgeous.
neutered. He's ready to go home. And then finally we have Taffy. And Taffy is just a great little cat. I think that he would make a good mouser.
Kathy, thank you for being with us today.
My pleasure.
And we'll see you next time on A Paws for Your Pet. Hi, everyone. I'm Lori Young with superstar and animal lover Joan Rivers at the Hilton Hotel Casino in Atlantic City. And Joan, they say laugh and the world laughs with you.
Not necessarily.
This is true. But you've been making people laugh your entire career.
Yes, thank God.
Joan, let me ask you, how do your pets make you laugh?
Oh, they just do such silly things. You know, it just, your pets, you know their idiosyncrasies, and they just amuse me all the time.
They amuse you all the time.
Yeah.
And at this moment, how many dogs do you have?
At this moment, I only have 2. I usually have 3.
And how do you spoil them?
Oh, are you kidding?
Should we have a list?
First thing we did today, we walked in before rehearsal started. They always have a spread, and I took all the good sandwiches and wrapped them literally, and they're in my bag for the dogs. It's always about the dogs.
It's always about the dogs. And let me ask you, how do they spoil you?
They're there. I will come home tonight from Atlantic City at 3 in the morning, and they will both be at the front door sleeping and waiting for me.
Through the years, we've seen your beloved Spike at your side.
Yeah.
And now I understand that you've adopted 2 wonderful rescue
Rescues.
dogs, Samantha and Max.
And Max.
And why did you decide to adopt rescue?
My vet. I couldn't get over Spike's death. And I just couldn't bring myself to bring somebody else in. I was going through like an insane time.
I understand.
And my vet said, oh, get over it and help somebody else. And I know a dog that nobody wants. And that was Max.
Oh.
And she said, he's been thrown out of 3 homes.
Oh, my.
And nobody wants him. So just
There
take
was
care.
Joan to the rescue.
Joan to the rescue, and we bonded immediately.
And Samantha?
And Samantha, once I had Max, Samantha was easy. Then I said, I'm going to get another rescue. And Samantha was much easier. I just called my vet again, and she said, I know of this other dog. And that was about 3 years later.
How have you found that your pets throughout the years have helped you deal with the tough times?
They don't care, and that's what's so wonderful. They don't care if it's a good day or it's a bad day, they're there. They don't care if you got the contract, you didn't get the contract, they're there. I mean, they're just totally there for you, and that is so wonderful. After 9/11, I still had Spike then, another dog, Veronica, another dog, Lulu, and we all just holed up together, ready to die.
Oh,
you know, we all just figured, this is what's going to happen. We all sat in my apartment together.
But it was meant to be because you have to make people laugh.
That's
what your job
meant to be, and I kept thinking, who's going to get the last water?
Yes.
And when I'm really hungry, who's going to be dinner here?
I want to thank you so
Thank
much for doing so much for animals. When people hear that you're in love with them, it's going to translate to the viewers.
I hope. Right?
And for keeping America laughing.
Yeah, thank God. That's getting easier as my body's getting worse.
No, you look fabulous,
Thank
by the way. Believe me, take it from me. We are smack dab in the midst of flu season. Canine influenza is a newly emerging, highly contagious and infectious disease that's brought on by a flu virus in dogs. Dr. Matt and Conan are going to tell us, right, Conan, about canine influenza.
By all means.
Welcome, Dr. Matt.
Good to see you.
Dr. Matt, what is canine influenza?
It is actually just like the human equivalent of the flu, a virus, and it can be freely transmitted from dog to dog, especially in close quarters.
And how do they contract the disease? What are some of the...
Usually dog to dog transmissible. You know, they go by another dog that's coughing or sneezing.
What are the symptoms? What should we look for in our dogs?
I think first and foremost you'll see a cough. It is a respiratory virus.
Okay.
So you usually see a cough, sometimes dry, sometimes moist. But a lot of times their appetite will decrease, they lag in their energy, they don't want to play, run around, etc.
All right.
Sometimes a fever.
Is there a vaccine that's been developed?
There are vaccines, yes.
Okay.
It's been out for a couple of years now. There is an initial and then a month later a booster shot and then yearly thereafter.
And how serious is this disease?
Can be serious. Some animals have a milder form of it where it just has a mild upper respiratory. Others get almost like a pneumonia from it. And that obviously can cause quite a problem.
Dr. Matt, you are so up on things. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Great
Good
information.
to see you. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you. And Conan, thank you for being with us also. You're beautiful. For more information on canine influenza, please go to the bottom of our screen and go to www.canineinfluenza.com. Hi, everyone. I'm Lori Young at the Ronald McDonald House in New York City. Every afternoon between 2:30 and 3, a little miracle happens, and they're called Angels on a Leash.
The dogs are here when the children come home from the hospital at the end of the day. They're here to meet and greet them. And it's just such a therapeutic setting. It relaxes them. It de-escalates them. It gives them a sense of normalcy and a sense of community and family.
I get so happy when they come.
They bring a smile to your face.
Yeah.
You can see that.
My daughter's name is Talia, and we have a little poodle at home. And she misses her dearly, and she cries for her. And so having these dogs here is just a wonderful time for her to be with these dogs, interact with them, and play with them, touch them, and just show them love.
Well, Angel on a Leash started as a charitable activity for the Westminster Kennel Club. We visit 12 different hospitals around the country, and it's just a wonderful activity for all concerned. You know, at Westminster, people think that show dogs are just show dogs. They think they sit around on doggy cushions eating doggy bonbons all week long, but they're real dogs, and so they can come in here and be therapy dogs too. One of the greatest therapy dogs in the country right now is James, the English Springer, who was Best in Show in 2007. Rufus in 2006, the Bull Terrier, and even Uno, the Beagle, has been a therapy dog. And any dog can do it. It doesn't have to be a purebred dog. Bring your dog, hug your dog, and be a part of what we're doing.
I would like to thank all of you for the wonderful work and contribution that you do here at the Ronald McDonald House in New York. And the big stars are the Angels on a Leash. I'm Lori Young with a Paws for your pets.
Brought to you by Beach Buddies Animal Hospital and Jersey Shore Pharmacy.